Hey everyone, Ian from UK Europe Artswork Info. Another quick update for you, hopefully quick. We've just uploaded, we've just uploaded some information regarding working both in and out of the EU and the UK. In part to try and take away some of the misinformation and worry that's been appearing over the last couple of weeks all over the place, Facebook, YouTube, here, there and everywhere. So the deal is this. At the moment, if you're a third country national, which both the EU citizens and UK citizens will be in both directions, you can still work. There are restrictions, there are hoops to jump through, but a very quick explanation now of where we stand at the moment in both directions. So the EU 27, each of the nations decide their own work permits, visa situation for third country nationals. That means that in some situations, you will be able to work from 7 days in 1 year to 90 days to 6 months, depending on the country in which you're going to work. You will have to inform the authorities, either through your agent, your promoter, your employer, but you will not necessarily need any sort of working visa or working permit. It changes and varies depending on the country you're going to be working in. Published a big list today, and hopefully that will help. We fact-checked it as best we can. It's really just to give a feeling and a picture of the situation now for UK artists, whether you're a dancer, a musician, an actor, a cinematographer, filmmaker, crew member, means that you get a feel for what it is to be a third country national working in the countries in the European Union and within the Schengen area. This is not about Schengen visas or the Schengen business visa. This is something else. This is showing you what happens in each country if you want to work there. So check the list, hope it's useful. By the way, Spider-Man, the reason I'm standing in front of Spider-Man today, apart from the fact I like the poster, it's pretty cool, if you like Spider-Man, is that he gets everywhere. Manages to get over obstacles and do all that sort of thing. So that's partly why I'm standing here in front of Spider-Man. Okay, so that's into the EU. Coming into the UK, there's been a lot of information over the last couple of weeks that have worried people greatly, European-based artists, crew, etc., about what's going to happen after the transition period. That is, of course, impacting on booking decisions as well. And that is really bad because we do not know yet, and we will not know yet, and probably not until the end of the year, maybe earlier, depending on what the UK government's position is with talking to the EU, but that's politics and another area, although it impacts on what we're saying. The deal is this. There are several routes into the UK at the moment for third country nationals. I've been for many years a grade A sponsor for certificates of sponsorship, which allows, in certain situations, third country nationals to come into the UK and perform, usually as part of the application for a Tier 5 creative and sporting visa, which currently costs £244 per person, plus the cost of the certificate of sponsorship. I'll come back to that in a moment. Or you can take a permitted paid engagement visa, which I think is currently £94, which allows you up to 1 month's work in the UK. The other visa can be anything up to a year, but usually for a lot shorter periods, depending on how much work you have. And then there is the opportunity to come in, depending on where you're coming from and depending on visa requirements in the UK, allows you to come in with just a certificate of sponsorship and a letter of invitation. It's a complicated issue. Sometimes with the permitted paid engagement visa, which is much less costly and not so difficult in some ways to get as a Tier 5, we recommend you take a certificate of sponsorship as well to show to immigration as you come through the border. Again, it's not necessary, but it can sometimes be advisory, and your sponsor will charge varying amounts depending on the amount of work they're doing for you and their relationship with you and how they're going to help you once you're working in the UK. At the moment, we don't know what's going to happen. I keep saying that. But it is quite possible, given that EU citizens coming into the UK And UK citizens going into the EU are not going to require any sort of visitor visa at the moment. That means you can stay in either place, or in Schengen, UK is different, the Schengen area, for 90 days in any 180 days if you're a third country national. How that builds, I'm not going to go into now. There's lots of stuff on the internet about that. We may post some links later. The only other thing we've done is through my very good friend, Mr. Roger Patterson. He's done a guide to carnets, which we've published on the website today as well. So once again, the list that I've published with the research that I've done over the last couple of weeks on working in the EU countries is not complete. We've tried to give a picture, a feeling, if you like, of what it's like as a third country national to come and work in the EU. It's not all doom and gloom. We're all going to still be able to work, but with more difficulty. As I've said previously, nobody wants to make life more difficult, I don't think. And we just want to make this as easy as possible for everyone involved to keep the creative arts trade moving in both directions as much as possible, and to maintain that until things get easier. So that's all there is to say today. Hope you find this informative. Please do subscribe, both on the YouTube channel and obviously keep in touch via the website. At the moment, we're not open for specific questions, for you sending questions to each of the team that's doing this. We're all doing this voluntarily. No one's getting paid for this at the moment, not that we're likely to, and we're funding it, or I'm funding it myself, just to try and help. So hope you guys have a good day. Colleagues from all the arts, men, women, children, crew, actors, dancers, musicians, everybody, and in fact everybody who wishes to maintain the creative arts working across all borders. This is for you. Hope it's been of help. See you soon. Ciao for now.